Hi, everybody. Joel Coen here, Town Council candidate for 2026. Wanted to talk a little bit about the budget. So I worked on the Forge Committee with Gilbert for several months and got to see all of what's going on from a budget perspective and spend some time understanding where are the shortfalls and what can we do to overcome. And so I think the first and foremost thing that everybody has to understand is that Gilbert doesn't necessarily have a $2.46 billion budget in which we can do whatever we want with the funds that we want to be able to do. There is a general fund that comes through sales taxes and other use taxes and those types of things. And then there are enterprise funds. And enterprise funds means that we can only spend that money on those things. A great example of that is going to be our water. When we spend our money on our water bill, the only thing that it can go towards is water infrastructure. It's not to say that we can't be in a position where we can help to offset with other funds that may occur, but we want to make sure that we're blending it appropriately. And so from my perspective, from what I have seen overarchingly, there are some opportunities within the budget to shift a few things into what I would call tier one projects and making sure that we're in a position in which the absolute most critical infrastructure that allows us to function as a town is consistently taken care of. So again, we don't run into a situation like we just did where $1 billion surprise pops up as a result of crumbling infrastructure that should have lasted a lot longer than it did. We were aware of the issue many years ago, but we did not put the things in place that were going to help us to be successful in having to deal with this without the almost doubling and close to tripling of rates that we've seen over the last several months to a year. And overarchingly, it's that understanding of a budget process and making sure that we're visualizing where do we have money available, what are we doing to make sure that quality of life and critical infrastructure is taken care of first, what are we doing to take care of our police and fire and things that I would say are absolutely critical to making sure that we have safety, that we have the ability to take care of people when they're in crisis, when they're in an emergent situation, and tiering out all of those different things within our own system to truly grasp where does money need to go first, and then what do we do afterwards to take a look at things like parks and those things. And it's not to say that I'm not one for parks. I love parks, but if you ask me, if we're going to have a 4-minute response time from a fire perspective versus a 6-minute response time, and it means that there's a way for us to sustain that without having to take away from other critical areas. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that we're keeping people safe and that we're keeping people in a position in which people get the services they need when they need it in those emergent situations. I'm always glad to take on any questions that you might have when it comes to the budget, when it comes to the thought processes behind that. Please feel free to reach out, website, social, whatever you like, and look forward to talking with you soon.